And now let us discuss an article created by Remoroso entitled President Rodrigo Duterte's Political Speeches, a Critical Discourse Analysis. But first, before we discuss this article, let us take a look at this video of Rodrigo Duterte.
Mind you, Human Rights Commission. Tarantado pala. There is no law. There has to be a law. Do not keep on complaining about my mouth, because my mouth is not the problem. It cannot bring down a country, but it can erase a generation of right-thinking Filipinos. Ang issue dito, hindi yung bunganga. Nung nabasa ko yung EU condemnation sa akin, sabihin ko sa kanila, fuck you. France, Britain. Tapos yung EU ngayon has the goal to condemn me. As again, I repeat it, fuck you. We are a nation na napakaraming addict. Itong Amerika, itong mga EU, itong mga progressive countries, they kept on hammering the issue against me. Sabi nila, marami na 3,000 na daw ang patay. Hindi na lang inisip ng mga ulol na to. Putang ina nila. Para maintindihan ng mga putang ina. Pero walang itong pare, pero hindi sila kasali sa putang ina. Alam mo, hindi naintindihan nila. Sabi nila, Duterte, may death penalty noon. Wala man nangyari. Ganon rin. Bakit mo gustong ibalik? Ulol. Hindi ka naman tarantado. Hindi ako ang presidente noon. Sino nagbigay sa iyo ng karapatan na patayin mo ang anak ko, i-rape mo? Dito sa kabila. Ito, kinig kayo, Amerikano. Bugokski. Ito dito. Anong kasalanan ko sa iyo? Kayong mga gangster, kayong nasa Pilipino na kinig, yung mga putang ina ninyo, kinig kayo mabuti. Kaya kayo namamatay, ganito. Anong kasalanan ng Pilipino? Look at the history books na on sa amin. Who discovered the Philippines? The answer was Magellan. Anak na. Kung ako ang presidente noon, sampalin kita pag ginawa ko. Kaya lahat ng adik, sira ang ngipin, nag-grind, nag-upo tapos, kung magkapera, magbili na siya. Kaya sabi ko, puta, bantay kayo sa akin. Hindi talaga ako papayag na sirain ang bayan natin. Lumabas yung Human Rights, State Department, Obama, EU. Ginanon ako, and every time they said, we will cut our assistance. Sabi ko sa kanila, putang ina ninyo, wag mo kaming gawing aso. Gago ka ba? Hindi, walang resibo. Basta hingi na lang. Matuto kayong magsabi, ako'y Pilipino, putang ina mo, wag mo akong lukuhin sa bayan ko, letse ka. Mo. Yan ang turo ng seminar ni Duterte. Kaya ako, pati pa itong EU di puta, isa ring ugok, some lawyers of EU, nulat-tulatan ako that I could be, ang masakit dyan, ganito, putang ina nila. Ganon ninyo, paano ang mga Pilipino sa labas? Nandiyan na nga, nagpakahirap na, tapos that we will cut the assistance. Putang ina, iilo ninyo yung pera ninyo. You know what is an ilo? That's a piece of paper. When you run out of toilet paper, you wipe out your ass. God damn it. Bullshit kayo. America, does that control the economy now? He's placed that he is the most powerful industrial nation in the world. That's a lot of bullshit. Pareho man kami, may mga kabit rin. Sila, bispo, ako, mayor noon. Mga pare, putang ina, buisit. Pamoral-moral na. Ako ang magpakulong, trabaho kayo. Pero pag nagkamali kayo, do it, mag-kidnap ka on the pretext of drug, putang ina mo, papatayin kita. I have dissolved Davao Vice. Ang kawain ng mga yan, gago na putang, maghuli ng babae, dalhin sa opisina, gamitin, kunin pa yung pera. Ginamit ni Dilima, who was, I said, for almost so many years, the chairman of the human rights. Reklamo ng reklamo, bunganga ng bunganga, wala namang ginawa ang putang ina niya. Ngayon naging senador, daldal ng daldal. Kung presidente ako, lekturan ako ng putang ina niya, ang raportor. Tapos sabihin ako yung you know, there is no crime at all in the Philippines which says I cannot threaten criminals or else I will go to prison. Sa Davao ako, ngayon si Mayor. Kaya tamang Davao, maganda. Patay naman lahat, pero maganda. Kamatayan ng putang ina mga yung bullshit. Paano ka mag-alaga ng putang ina kung gano'n sisirain mo yung mga bata? Animal kayo, papatayin ko talaga kayo lahat. Tayong na. Ayan, Bidya, wala pakialam. Sabi nila ako daw pinaka-unpopular sa international press. Wala akong pakialam, putang ina ninyo. May problema ako sa bayan ko. Kausap namin si Kerry. Okay naman siya kasi nag-away kami nung ambasador niya. Yung ambasador yung bakla, putang buisit ako dyan. May isa akong judge dito, sinipa ko talaga. Sinipa ko sa opisina niya. Kick him. Ayaw magpirma. So nagdududa ako, yung mga pulis apurado. Itong putang inan to, either nagsisirbato ito doon sa kabila. Sabi ko, Judge, putang mo, sipain kita. Sabi niya, sige, sipain mo. Pumunta ko doon sa opisina niya, sinipa ko. Ikaw ngayon, gusto mo, barilin kita? Sabi niya, wag. Lagi. Putang ina.
Now, let us answer the question, what stimulated Remoroso to conduct this study? Because according to her, there is a rare analysis of oral text, particularly in political speeches, as a discourse. And most of the critical discourse analysis conducted by scholars are more focused on written text, such as news, papers, and institutional documents. What is Remoroso's concern in conducting this study? Her aim in this study is to examine oral text, specifically political speeches of the current President of the Republic of the Philippines. The research questions to be answered in this thesis are, what are the linguistic features in political speeches, as well as the underlying social issues and ideologies in the political speeches of Rodrigo Duterte? Remoroso anchored this study in the definition of Van Jig 1998 on CDA, or critical discourse analysis. She focused on the critical discourse analytical theory, and according to this theory, it studies the ways social power, abuse, dominance, and inequality are enacted, reproduced, and resisted by the text and talked in the political speeches. According to this theory, there are two types of analysis. The first one is the microanalysis, which focuses on the linguistic features of a text as well as its language use. While in macroanalysis, this analysis aims to identify the dominant notions, which are power, dominance, inequality, hegemony, ideology, class, gender, race, and discrimination. In analyzing these two, the researcher will bridge this analysis pertaining to the macro and micro analysis to bridge the gap between this type of analysis. Let us now discuss the results and findings of Remoroso in her study. According to her, it is evident that the use of first person shortens the distance between the rhetor and the audience. Let us now take a look at these phrases. Remoroso also found out the presence of transitivity and passivity in the oral text of Rodrigo Duterte. Let us now take a look at these sentences. When actor and goal exist, it appeals to the audience's inner heart, according to Remoroso. And with this, the emotion of promotion and willingness to devote himself for this country and nation is evident, and therefore it appeals to the pathos of the audiences. Now let's take a look at these phrases. As well as the sentence, the Republic of the Philippines will honor treaties and international obligations. The phrase will honor also indicates an assurance that he will honor the international obligations he has as the President of the Philippines. According to Remoroso, the tenses are not merely concerned with the time frame it indicates, but it also impacts clearly on the relevance and the action's authenticity and significance to the topic. For example, the sentence, I have acquired the sense of 10 years of doing judicial work. With that being said, the phrase I have acquired, which is in the present perfect tense, indicates that what he had done in the past years is also relevant even up to this day, as well as the phrase I order the National Police Commission. This also appeals to the audience that he had done these things, and therefore the audiences are assured that he did these things in order to make our country progress. Another result that has been found out by Remoroso is the use of loaded, dramatic, and stereotyping adjectives, adverbs, and noun to construct an evaluation, whether positive or negatively. Now let's take a look at these phrases. According to Remoroso, an evaluation can be divided into two. The first one is an evoked evaluation, which do not denotes the speaker's evaluation, but left the listeners have their value or judgment. The second one is an inscribed evaluation, which is carried by a specific lexical term that expresses the direct attitude of the speaker. For example, the phrase historically, it is quite a short period of time. The term historically indicates that it has happened in the past, and therefore the audience is rest assured that these scenario has happened in the past and therefore may occur even up to this day. While the term in the side of the Filipinos, you are all generals. It is an evoked type of evaluation, since the audiences are left to have their evaluation if they are really all generals, or whether it pertains to, that kind of general who will kill the people because of extrajudicial killing, and also a general which has the responsibility to govern the Philippine National Police. Now, what is the essence of evaluation in a political speech? Because according to Remoroso, evaluation is a mechanism which can be seen as a powerful device in conditioning the mind of the masses. and it manifests vital importance in the hegemonic view of language construction in creating the nation's concept of what is common sense. A hegemony is defined as a state that exercises hegemonic powers of that who is responsible in disseminating hegemonic ideas. The research foci of this paper is the political speeches from June 30, 2016 to December 31, 2016. And it focuses, as what I said a while ago, on the linguistic features, rhetorical strategies, and content of the corpora. The use of metaphor in representing reality is the last result that Remoroso found out in her study. Let us now take a look at these phrases. According to Lakoff and Johnson 1980, metaphors bear ideological and political significance and does not only affect human cognition but also plays a central role in shaping political realities. The concept of nominalization is evident in this kind of metaphors used in political speeches. And nominalization is defined as a type of word formation in which a verb or an adjective or other parts of speeches is used as a noun, and it is also called nouning. For example, the word push, the word push is a verb, while if you're going to derivate it or use a derivational morpheme to indicate that it is a noun, then you're going to use a suffix "er" to make it as a noun. With the results and findings that Remoroso found out in her study, she concluded that since politics is the process of struggling for power, language plays a crucial role in it. The language has always been a vital tool of politicians in shaping ideology and political thoughts of Filipinos. Political speech is associated to struggle for power or maintenance or control of it. With that being said, language can be seen as an embodiment of ideologies, an instrument of persuasion. Persuasion of politicians influences others and gain their attention and sympathy. Entertainment and persuasive elements are some of the main features in an effective political or any types of speeches. And with this paper, we were able to see some of the linguistic features that has an underlying messages in the concept of dominance, racism, as well as evoking about evaluation to make it more sympathetic and to instill different ideologies and beliefs to the masses. As what I've said a while ago, the claims of Fowler and Dease 1979 are evident in this paper because according to them, that the use of pronouns in discourse of political grounds also generates position or stance and therefore is significant in manipulating and conditioning the minds of many.